You can't get by just calling everybody sir. Hey, I am Chuck the bureaucrat, and on any given day, your executives have way more meetings than they could possibly attend. So what they do is they prioritize and they delegate. That's why Colonel Thompson is covering the bud today for General McNulty. Usually this meeting is all general officers and senior executive service, but there's nothing on the agenda that General McNulty is really worried about. So Colonel Thompson is only half listening to the conversation going on around her. She's worried about Project Calliope, and she has this nagging suspicion that when she gets back to the office, Major Riley is going to have generated even more work for her. And out of nowhere, somebody says, "You got that, Colonel?" And Colonel Thompson snaps alert, and she says, "Would you mind repeating that, sir?" And the speaker sighs, and he says, "Tell Todd to get with the dub, put together some talking points, run them past P3, and then get them to me by tomorrow morning. You got that now?" "Yes, sir." Although she has no idea what any of that meant. You see, there are at least 6 ways that executives refer to each other. And if you're going to be in meetings where you represent them or where you and other people talk about them, it's important to know all 6 for all the executives you may have to deal with. First, you got their rank and last name. Most people are familiar with that one. And then you've got their first name, or more precisely, the name that they go by. And you need to know this because higher-ups or peers will often refer to them by this name. Then you have their job title. General McNulty is the Director of Uniform Compensation. And in most cases, that job title has a funny little acronym. People call the Director of Uniform Compensation the Duck. And then there is a shortened version of generals' names that is just the first initial and the number of stars they have. So, for example, General McNulty is M2. And then you have to be able to recognize the face of executives. Now, Colonel Thompson doesn't know who Todd or the Dub or P3 are. In fact, she doesn't even know who it was who was talking to her. But trust me, she is no slouch. She's going to talk to Connie, the person who coordinates this meeting, and she's going to get this cleared up before she leaves the meeting. Because the last thing she needs to be doing is trying to puzzle this out after the meeting wraps up. Hey, you've probably noticed I've been putting some time and effort into developing these characters, and I'm curious to know what your opinion is of them. Do you want to see more of them? Do you want to see less of them? Or are there specific things that you want to know about them or learn from them? Just leave me a comment or send me a message, and we'll incorporate that feedback into our videos.